Christina in
Hello?
Canada, pronouns are she, they, you claim that you have measurable evidence for God, right?
Yeah, well, I can get it. I
Okay.
am
So
an
you don't,
oracle. I have a gift for prophecy. If you play with me, then I can give you gifts and truth. If you're willing to hear me, then you see if I lie, and I say that I can get you evidence that's measurable from God.
okay. I have
So-
questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're an oracle and you can get
Yes.
measurable evidence from God. What is the nature of this evidence that you can get?
It's prophecy, so you have to hear the prophecy for you to be able to evaluate the prophecy.
Okay. And how long will it take to be able to verify that the prophecy did or didn't come through?
Oh, it will be apparent immediately.
Okay. So
Well,
how
how
is
is
there
that
a
a prophecy?
prophecy? I mean, prophecy is about future events.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to make a
So,
prophecy about
it will
future
be
events?
verifiable immediately, and it will continue to be more verifiable as time proceeds.
Okay. Oh, and so you're going to make a prophecy. It's going to be verifiable immediately.
Yes.
Let's assume for a
Yes.
second that it is verifiable immediately. How does that demonstrate that you're getting the information from God?
That was
It doesn't.
language.
That definitely
Sorry,
would
what?
not prove that I got the information from God. That would only
Oh.
prove that I was able to write a prophecy that started at the point where I gave you the prophecy.
Okay. So
Okay.
when you said that you had measurable evidence for God, that wasn't true.
Yes. The fact that if you then pay attention to the prophecy, at a later point, it would then give you evidence that the prophecy came from God. Just the starting point wouldn't, because you wouldn't
Well,
be able to see it from the starting point.
so I can prophesize something that did not come from God. Just
Exactly.
and have it come true. That doesn't mean it's
Yes,
from God.
I agree completely. I
Okay.
completely agree with that.
So
It's
is there
just that something is written
intrinsic-
in the prophecy that will make it apparent.
Okay. I'm not sure how that could possibly be true, but
Well,
I haven't heard
I-
prophecy.
Because
guess
I
the
can't do
only
it by
way-
my own hand. That's
The
the case right there. There's something written in the prophecy that would be impossible for me to do by my own hand. So if I
Wait,
say
you
the
already-
prophecy
hang
and
on,
it's
hang
not
on.
from God, then the prophecy won't come true.
Hang on. So you already know what the prophecy is?
I've seen big parts of it, little parts of it. There's a big giant master spell part to this prophecy. I have access to little bits of it that I can share with you now, because it is way, way too long for me to get into all of it. I mean,
And
you
how
wouldn't
would it-
want to listen to it.
Yeah.
I've been an oracle for over a year, so I
Well,
mean, at what point
how do you-
the prophecy?
How do you
like,
know? How do you know you're an oracle?
God told me.
Okay. How do you know God told you?
We played a game where he told me, and I hallucinated it. I ended up in the hospital at that point because I seen his eyes, and it was very intense. But I hadn't. I will be very honest. I had not slept, ate, or at all. Or I just fasted and prayed for 7 days. So I mean, obviously, I was hallucinating. So we can't trust the hallucination that told me I was an oracle any more than you can trust any other concept for God.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm very, very okay. If my prophecy doesn't come true, that's cool. Then you just proved to me that I'm better off on my meds.
Well, so
Okay.
I just want to back up a bit, because you said it'll come true and not by your hand, and that's how you know it was God. But I can make a
Yes.
prophecy right now that is guaranteed to come true tomorrow, and not by my hand.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
it won't be because it was from God. It's because I said something that is sure to happen tomorrow. So
Yes.
I'm
Agreed.
still struggling to connect.
Well,
I know,
let's try
because
this.
you'd have
Let's
to
try
examine
this.
the evidence and
Let's-
decide for
Christina,
yourself.
Christina, let's try this.
God's a hard concept to
Christina,
prove.
Christina, let's try this.
Yes.
I'm going to say go, and you start
Okay.
by giving me some piece of the prophecy so that we can begin to assess. Go.
Okay. Okay. Pay attention to the ridiculous things I say. Things like the burning bush once bound me to him for a rotation of the moon, because later on you'll see a different way that it was true. So, for measurable evidence, from the hand of God, it takes magical energy. I don't control the cost in prophecy. I just find the spells and the symbols inside the veil or portal, and then I realistically copy the symbol.
Christina, I
Yes.
don't need you to describe or explain what you think is going on. I just need the first part of the prophecy.
Okay. The first part of the prophecy is that I stole the symbol for outside of insanity. Jesus told me to do it. He said that he would hide it from the Father, so I took ABC. I have
Wait, I want to make sure I understand this. Hang on.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I understand this. You're saying the first part of the prophecy is that you stole the symbol for outside of insanity.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a prophecy, nor does it make any sense.
I know, but in order for you to understand something later in the prophecy, that part is true for the prophecy.
No, Christina, I specifically said I need the first part of the prophecy, and what you said is not at all a prophecy.
Okay.
Can I just
for the prophet? Yes.
hang on? You said so. I took ABC. Is ABC
Yes.
a thing, or is it like
Because
a
that was the
placeholder?
part of the prophecy that just happened right now.
What part of the prophecy just happened right now?
I just stole ABC.
What does
What is
stealing
ABC?
ABC mean?
It means that I did something that Jesus will forgive me for, and he'll hide it from God.
Oh, so ABC is a placeholder. It's like a blank. You're not.
Yes,
You're not
it is.
saying
It
what
is
it
the
was you
symbol
did.
for outside of eternity.
Christina, right now, are you at home?
I'm sitting in the car.
You're sitting in your car. How could you possibly
Yes.
steal something while sitting in your car?
I had my handmaid do it.
Okay, goodbye. Let's go ahead and add Christina to the blocked caller list.
Yeah, she needs to go back on her meds.
Yeah, I don't get to actually make that determination.
Right. Yeah.
But I would tend to agree. So here's the thing, I mean, between Geoff and myself, we desperately tried to cover all the bases. A prophecy is a prediction about some future event. It's not something that can be verified right now. And if your prophecy absolutely makes zero sense, like you're not even putting cogent sentences together. When you say you stole the symbol for outside of insanity, I would recommend that Christina perhaps seek some help to maybe get her meds adjusted or get on the right meds or whatever else. If in fact all this is serious, nobody should be mocking or making fun of. It is incredibly difficult, and none of us should be armchair diagnosing. But if you're unable to string together sentences that make sense, if you claim that you're going to be giving prophecies and what you say couldn't be considered prophecy by any reasonable person, if you couldn't stand up in a courtroom and argue for, here's my prophecy and here's why it's a prophecy, it doesn't count. It needs to be some sort of prediction. It needs to be testable. And for clarity, when Christina called in yesterday, what she specifically said was that she had measurable evidence for God. There's not only nothing in what she said that was measurable evidence, there's nothing in anything she said that could have led to measurable evidence. And as she acknowledged when I pressed her on it, there was no way that even confirming her prophecy could in any way be considered evidence for God. And so you have someone who is either dishonest or confused, but in any case, it's a big old waste of our time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jimmy Snow, executive producer of The Line, and the rumors are true. Forrest Valkai is, in fact, a hostage in my basement. If you would like to contribute to his freedom one day, you can do so by supporting us over on Patreon or becoming a channel member. There are specific tiers for specific shows or the channel at large. You can also send us super thanks. Those are great. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Also, fudge the algorithm. Go to one of these things. The algorithm doesn't matter. It thinks it knows you better than we do. Better than you do? I know you better. Hank. There's a bunch of people named Hank. I just freaked way out. Okay, go to one of these.